Hello, lovely followers and viewers. I'm Scofray and Yeboah, Master Certified Coach with the International Coaching Federation. I am an MBIT Certified Trainer and Master Coach. I always say to you that I am committed to your commitment and we are in this together. It's exciting on this episode. I'm humbled and honored to be joined by a colleague in this coaching spectrum, and we have a very interesting story that go way back in Istanbul last year, where we say, "I see you." So, without much ado, I introduce to you Christina. Christina, thank you for doing us this honors. And for a start, you are an associate certified coach. You are part of those making coaching an integral part of human resource development or human capital development in Cyprus. We met in Istanbul. Share with us, who is Christina? Who is
Who am
she?
I? Who am I? First of all, big honor for being here and continue seeing you. It's always it's it's always a pleasure and honor. My name is Christina Michaelidou. I am based and from the sunny island of Cyprus. And what I do is I'm coaching entrepreneurs, mainly founders, startups, or collaborating with people that help these two categories that is basically the same accelerate. So generally, as an ex-entrepreneur myself, that continue to be, but meaning like um, businesses outside of coaching. I used to have for 10 plus years experience into businesses. So this is what I do with my coaching, continue helping my old self and myself through that. Because coaching is such a powerful tool. You know that very well with the power of questions. There's so many things we can unlock. And the field of business, there's so many things to unlock. So here I am. And I was mentioning earlier with, let's say, in quotes, a confusion of the future and the past, because I feel like um, I'm referring to my previous businesses and separating for coaching because it's like a fulfillment. That's
Mm,
why it was, I understand that it might be a little bit confusing to the people that are hearing us now. So, yes, that's it.
awesome. Um, this question I do ask every coach, and
hmm
which of you found each other? You and coaching, which of you found each other? And what was the journey like?
I love it. Um, Funny story. Um, uh, Prior coaching, I was a graphic designer. And
Wow.
these two lions that you might see behind me are my two awards. And you might understand the creativity now that
Of course.
you know, fully see me now.
I
Um,
see you.
So I was a graphic designer, and at this stage, I was owning three of my businesses. I was working full time as in agencies as a graphic designer, and I was also freelancing because I had won these awards, and then the freelancing career started going in another turn. So because every time I love what I do, I get fully into it, as always. So I was doing all of these things. I was loving entrepreneurship and designing, so I was combining these two. But I was always into personal development. And I'm saying
Hmm.
personal development because books, trainings, but I didn't know what coaching was. And one random day, a friend that we used to collaborate in a project called me and said, um, these coaches that own a training school, they're struggling to find someone with the mindset, designer, having, you know, the strategy also. And I think you have all the packages. And I said, okay, let's have the call and see how I can help them. And we jump on the call to basically kind of in quotes hire me as a designer, marketing strategy, and all the hats that I was wearing. And we started, of course, collaborating. And within the briefing and the hour that I was hearing what coaching is, I was kind of, how I didn't know about this. And then I think to cut the long story short, until it was 1 month into our collaboration, and I said, okay, I want to start the coaching certification. So I think you can say that coaching found me. And and I started the certification, and until the end of the certification, not even the end, I said, okay, this is it. This is gonna be. And either I risk it all or either I will continue be an octopus. So I said, yes, I quit my job and started closing one by one of the chapters.
Wow.
And we are seeing the now after 5 years doing full-time coaching, trainings, and
Wow.
etc. Yes.
That's profound. From graphic design, creativity, strategy, marketing into
Yes.
coaching.
Yeah.
What was the certainty that made you to say
Mm.
coaching into the future?
Mm. Really good question. I never thought about it, to be honest. And I don't know the answer. The what I know is me. I when I know, I know. You know, I didn't need a confirmation. I knew that this was it, you know. Some people we are too intuitional, and then I think that definitely describes me. So
Ah,
I did trust this feeling, and it always was like a lighthouse. And I usually use it, frequently use it also in my coaching and everything, and in my decision. So when I know, like, it was this feeling, and I said, okay, this is it. And now, as much as I was learning about coaching, I was even more mind blown. Like, oh, this feeling, this feeling, or the mind blown feeling. Yes.
how has the coaching journey been for you coming from a different entity of
Mhm.
profession,
Mhm.
jumping into coaching where you must go on your own journey so you
Mhm.
can build that knowing that you just even mentioned of that you can also
Mm.
support others.
Mm.
What was the coaching? How has it been for you in the last 5 years?
Mm. First of all, you know that education and learning and growing never ends.
Yeah.
So, especially the first year, I was kind of consuming so much knowledge I cannot even describe. I needed, I needed to put a boundary to myself and say, enough, enough for now. But honestly, what helped me, and I'm really grateful for all the decisions and all the intuition that, I choose this, or the universe bring me to this opportunity. I think as much as you know yourself and trust your intuition, yourself, you go with your values and what is aligned, and continue embrace that feeling becomes stronger. So this is what I do also with coaching, and how, let's say, I present myself to the world. I help you find clarity and align, opportunities, and align growth, alignment. So, and also for the fact that I was kind of like, are you becoming a coach? So what do you need? A coach. And something we didn't mention in the beginning, because I was too excited that I was here, is that through these coaching conversations, I discovered the concept of my book, that is Design Your Wings Every Day. Uh, that it is so simple, basically, is about acknowledging your daily wins. Because what I
Mm,
realized with my coach, then my first coach, is that I was super ambitious, super ambitious. And I continue but with a different mindset. Like I was achieving the one thing after the other, and then the other, and then the other. But do we acknowledge that?
Wow.
Do we really pay attention of our daily wins, or in general our wins? Or we just go, okay, now next. Now let's proceed. Okay. And if you
Wow.
always do that loop, then on the first, hit of wall you face, you're mind blown.
Mm.
So yeah, a simpler thing,
Wow. Wow.
acknowledging and journaling my daily wins change a lot of my mindset. And
Wow. So, congratulations on the book, and no
thank
wonder
you.
your business is about your big wins. And
Mm.
as a practicing coach,
Mhm.
how can you share
Mm.
with people why is acknowledging your wins, no matter how small, how is that? Because the word in there is acknowledging. We are quick to say, oh, celebration, but there is a reason, there is a sense to why in coaching we want to acknowledge. So why
Definitely.
is acknowledging one's wins profound?
Mm. Um, in the coaching, first of all my coachees know that they are accountable to me to share their wins at the beginning of the session. Some of them, by now, they start without asking. So they start answering the question without asking. And they know that I will be asking them the wins. And why is this important? Is not, to be the coach that is asking the question, but for the mindset to be trained.
Mm, mm.
You understand so much about yourself. I had sessions that, it was their first time, and it was their first time not only thinking, but pay attention to it. Like, what is it a win? What is it
Mm,
gratefulness? What I'm
mm,
happy for? And it was so hard for them to devote the time and really understand. So that is a really big foundation of how the mindset is working. I'm not going to say structure, but working and help you accelerate on everything that is happening. How much you acknowledge of what is going on, how much you
wow.
acknowledge all the positives and the gratefulness. Because when you are in really, I always say the winning state, you
Wow.
know, you make, let's
So,
say, the failure a winning opportunity later on.
so
Mm.
when you scan through your coaching journey for the past years,
Mm.
what did you have to let go or let in to come to this place of your mastery?
Mm. Good question again.
This is a coaching conversations as
Yes.
usual.
You ask me questions that I didn't thought as you asked them, but I thought them in a different way. Like, as coaches, we reflect, and I reflect frequently. I always say that the first year, and also as a board director for our chapter here, I always say that to the coaches that I meet, the new ones, the first year are the hardest ones
Yeah.
because you get the knowledge, and then you're hungry for more knowledge, and then you're full of knowledge, and then you don't know how to apply the knowledge business wise.
Mm,
You know how to apply the knowledge coaching wise, but how business wise? So coming from a background of designing, working for, doing all the strategies for other companies and owning my companies, I needed to find the fine line into converting the experience I had into other businesses into a coaching business.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Um,
Wow.
yeah. So I was gonna say, and I say that to all the, business structures or, conferences or anything that related to business had to do. It needs trial and error. Trial and error.
Oh. That's a very big one. Try and error. So if I get you it until you keep working it out, you wouldn't have the learnings to continuously become better version of yourself.
Yeah.
If I am a student coach and I want to go the direction you've gone, whether to be an internal coach or to want to be an external coach practitioner. You've mentioned the first years are the most challenging.
Mm-hmm.
What two other areas would you consider as
Mm,
very relevant on your own journey, which others
mm,
can tap into two other areas apart from the first year being the toughest?
mm. First of all, even this is a big two different directions.
Mm.
I knew from the beginning that I was never, well, never, I say never, but definitely I wasn't going to be an in-house coach.
Mm.
Okay, I'm an external coach. And lately, I started doing more corporate workshops. I was always into, the founders, the business aspect. So I didn't went to the corporate sector until recently, until last year. Okay. So first of all, understand you. Understand you. Where is the focus? Because I understand and I see that it's not only in myself, but also, again, with other coaches, that the
Mm.
the opportunities are a lot that makes it less. Because when you
Wow.
have an entire world to focus on, you have no focus.
That's deep.
I
That
know.
is very, very I remember Istanbul, all the
Mm-hmm.
conversation we got to share and the experiences.
Mm-hmm.
What is flaming this continuous desire for coaching?
Mm. Um, there is so much to learn. I
Mm.
always say that I'm learning and studying more than I was when I used to be in school. You know, I did my coaching certification, then I went for my ACC. Now I have the hours for the PCC, and I'm gonna
Go get it! Go get it!
yes.
Yay, 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 yay!
But also that I exceeded my PCC hours a long time ago, but I needed to put a boundary on myself because now I'm doing another certification for the train the trainer. Um, that I'm a trainer a while now for for all these years, but why not have a certification also about it, right?
Yeah.
So again on this what I learned was putting boundaries on myself around education because the old me was gonna do all of them at the same time. And also I go with um, what I see that I need to improve. I
Mm.
constantly reflect. Of course, I have sessions with my coach. I use journaling a lot. I meditate a lot. I go a lot to that part as well. And to give you an example, recently I did a certification about ADHD providers because I see that it's a big need, and we need to understand that, first of all, how we can best support. There is not something to limit everybody. I always say that all these labels are labels we put,
Yeah.
okay, because we don't know something and we want to label it to understand it, but that doesn't make it true, okay?
Awesome.
Because
Wow.
something we say the big is measured from the small. The small is
Of
measured from
course.
the big. So yeah, I'm not sure if I answered the question, but yes, I choose the knowledge never ends. You grow, you learn, and you want to learn even more. We do a lot also as a chapter, and also through that I learn a lot. I learn a lot from my clients. Definitely, I learn a lot about my clients, and also from there I also understand new things that I want to improve, new things that I want to experience. Because for the first years, I was only focusing on the founders. From last year,
Mm.
last year was a big milestone. As you understand, I started focusing also on startups. Um,
Mm.
Startups have such a big numbers of failure. And I was kind of like, they need coaching. And then because of this train the trainer that I'm doing, it's a specific program that has to do with that is based here in Cyprus, but it's a global thing. Anyway, part of this certification, they were asking us to present research why the program that you are preparing, because I'm preparing a program for startups, is going to be like specific workshops for startups, the course based on coaching, okay? And I needed to present to this organization, why I want to do the specific program with the research, data, numbers, okay?
Whoa.
Okay, and I did find that 370% is the return of investment when in coaching. And it shows in their successes, not only for startups, but in leadership. And they were presenting exact data in leadership, in return of investment, in everything. And I was kind of like, mind blown. You know this, but when you see them, you're kind of even more mind blowing. So, yeah.
Wow. Um, I am fascinated. This particular encounter has given more insight into you in conversation we couldn't have had in Istanbul, because it was also a 2.5 pack day. We were eager,
Yes,
those of
too
us
much
traveling up and
information.
down. But I deem it very humbling to have this as a space to um, explore your journey with
Mhm.
you. But to wrap it up all,
Mhm.
as the conversation comes to an end, we know what ICF define as coaching.
Mhm.
We know what expert define as coaching. Per your own experiences, per your own journey, the miracles happening to client. If there is one word you want to use to describe what coaching is, what word
Mm.
would it be?
One world. Mm. It's difficult with one word. I
Let it
was,
come.
yes, I was gonna say impactful.
Impactful.
Mm. I
Impactful.
was confusing. I wanted a world with intuition, of course, and and active listening, because always when I'm explaining my coaching, I use these two words. But with one, you're putting me a lot of boundaries there, and it was difficult to. But impactful, I will say. The
Awesome.
impact that I
Awesome.
have seen is amazing.
Thank you very much, my fellow coach,
Thank you so
associate
much.
certified coach. She
Thank
serves
you.
on the International Coaching Federation chapter in Cyprus. She serves on the board. She's built her own track record, and I'm excited and humbled to have had here to have this conversation with her. So I say thank you, and
Thank you.
let's keep doing this, and we are in this together. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.